Welcome back to another brand new BeInCrypto video. In today's episode, we are going to be focusing on Bitcoin charting. We've been seeing a couple of interesting patterns happening within the current crypto space. Specifically on Bitcoin, we're starting to see potentially the start of a new uptrend that could take place within the beginning of 2020, which as we know is right around the corner. We have a ton of technical analysis to discuss with you guys. If you want to know more about this, definitely make sure to watch till the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. Before we jump into the technical analysis, I want to give a huge shout out to our continued sponsor here on the channel, STORMGAIN. Basically, STORMGAIN is a way for you guys to actually invest cryptocurrency and actually gain interest off of your investment or deposit onto their website. So basically, don't let your crypto sit, make it earn 10% yearly interest for you, which is absolutely awesome. Just deposit any amount between $100 and $50K and watch it grow based on yearly interest. So it's pretty awesome. Definitely check them out. They're the first link in the description. You can have account as low as $100 with a 10% yearly interest rate, as well as a low exchange commission. So it's pretty awesome. There's a ton of news and information on here, so go check them out. Otherwise, let's jump into the rest of the video. So guys, I wanted to spend quite a bit of time discussing with you a couple of things right now. So we're going to be looking at the Bitcoin 2 weekly charts right here. As you can see, I have one pulled up. We're also going to be looking at another graph on the Bitcoin 2 weekly charts on Bitfinex, as well as a chart on the daily chart, something to pay attention to. So we're going to be looking at more long-term technical analysis, dive into the short-term technical analysis, and then kind of figure out as to what patterns we should be expecting within Bitcoin more specifically. So when you look at this chart right now, you'll see a couple of things happening within the Bitcoin weekly pattern. You'll see back in 2015 and in between 2016, you can see that we had 2 points of confirmation on the 200-day moving average. You can see right here, we've never been able to actually break below the 200-day moving average within Bitcoin, which is something to take quite a note of, because this does hold some significant importance in the fact that we do use this as a very strong support. So when we base off of previous history, you can see that we had 2 points of contact right here, and then you can see where this blue arrow is. We see the crossover between these charts, these moving averages right here. Once we see the cross within the moving average, that usually tends to be the signal of an uptrend, that swing to the upside. So you can see, followed by 2 points of contact on the 200-day moving average, we then seem to have movement, and that crossover, the bullish cross within right here, and then we see the movement upwards, the massive rally in the price of Bitcoin. So now when we flash forward to more recent times, you can see right here, we're looking at the same interesting pattern. So you can see this is in 2019 into 2020, and you'll notice the pattern that's actually taking place. We have once again a double bottom, or 2 points of contact on the 200-day moving average, and now we are starting to see what appears to be a cross on these moving averages up here. So each time we see this cross, it tends to be a signal of a bullish rally. Previously, back in 2016, 2017, we saw the crossover, and that's what led to potentially this massive rally. And is this going to happen right now? The same prediction going to happen within 2020 of Bitcoin. So now that we kind of understand what exactly we're looking at right now, I want to just zoom in on a more up close and personal chart. You can see right here, we're looking at Bitcoin on the weekly Bitfinex chart, and you can see that we're in some sort of descending channel or descending wedge on Bitcoin's chart right here. We're looking fairly okay on the RSI though, 43. We have plenty of room to move up, but you'll notice what could be happening right now is, once again, we're seeing another cross right here. So you can see these are the indicators that we actually use on a day-to-day basis here on BeInCrypto to actually chart what exactly is happening within Bitcoin. And you'll notice this is a more up-close view of the actual bullish cross that we're starting to see on these moving averages right here. This could be the reason for a bullish break to the upside. Now we are starting to see some resistance around the $75 to $7,600 zone. You can see right here where we have this little red channel, which is the resistance area off of previous resistance that we've seen back in June of 2019, as well as previous resistance in October. This is acting as a very, very, very strong resistance. So we're seeing that same thing battling right now, but with the confirmation of this bullish cross, we could be starting to see the price actually rally up slightly higher, potentially retesting the top of the downtrend right here. Not only regaining room for support, we did just recently test support, which has 3 confirmations, but we could start to swing back up, retesting the top resistance band up here. The last indication that I want to discuss with you guys is checking out the Bitcoin to daily charts. You can see once again, this is a more short-term view. Now, we don't like to use short-term views as much because they're quite volatile compared to a weekly average, when we can see potential long-term gains in regards to the fact that there could be a big move happening within Bitcoin in the long-term scheme of 2020. But when you look at things in the short term, looking at the daily, we know for sure that there is an extreme downtrend right here. You can see there's an extreme descending channel. We're trading at currently $7,500, and you'll notice for the most part we have hit numerous resistance up top. We've hit a numerous support at the bottom. We're angled down, setting these higher lows and lower lows. But what we're starting to notice is a fact that there is a downtrend drawn right here. You can see where this downtrend kind of cuts across the market, where we have numerous points of contact acting as resistance. And then at some point, you can see right here this confirmation where we actually broke above it, and we started to use it as a way to trend down, but on top of the downtrend. So this is quite interesting. You can see we're kind of foreshadowing where we could be potentially predicting this coin to move to, and I do think it's going to hold quite well. What we're looking to see is potentially another resistance or another pullback down to the downside, correcting back down to probably closer to $6,300 before seeing a correction to the upside and another move back to the resistance up top here at around $9,000. So you can see kind of how this pattern is taking place right here. I do think this is going to hold on to quite well. And then if we just go back to the chart right here on the Bitcoin, you can see exactly how long we do have. There's a really good chance we're going to be swinging back down to the downside, retesting somewhere along 6,400 possibly, before seeing an immediate reversal and another retest of at most $6,000 on the weekly chart. Now, this is a very long-term potential move, and the way things are charting right now and the way things seem to be playing out is we may see a very, very, very nice swing to the upside as we enter 2020. Otherwise, guys, definitely make sure to check out BeInCrypto. This is a way for you guys to get access to not only this technical analysis article, but as well as all different articles on all the different cryptocurrencies here. It is the link in the description, so definitely check that out. That will bring you to the article for discussion for today's video that goes a little bit more in depth. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.